Good night, world. This is Ivan Omer. Hope you guys enjoyed my last video. Sorry about the green marker; you couldn't see it well. I'm never using green again because I noticed when I switched from my blue marker to my green marker, I noticed you couldn't really see the words as well. And so I'm not going to use green marker ever again. I'm going to use blue for this video, and because my black marker kind of ran out, I'll try blue, then I'll try black, and then I'll try purple because those three marker colors you can see well on the board. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series, Why So Can. My series is soon coming to an end. I just contacted a company to get my book formatted. It'll cost me a good $250. It'll only take them a couple days to format it on ebook. And once it's formatted on ebook, my book is ready to release on Lulu for ebook. And all I have to do is convert my ebook to my print template on Lulu. My file is ready to release on Lulu. And you're still taking for granted. I'm enjoying my last two checks. I get two more welfare checks. I get two more. I get my next check in August 30th. Celebrate with that money, my $750, and I get my next check on September 30th. I also get my government checks, like $170 extra government checks. I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm gonna enjoy myself with that money. Once I make that format announcement, my wife will be jumping for joy, obviously. She now knows what. She now knows my book is ready to release. Ooh, I have the keys. I don't have to sell the Power for Families. I'm going to be a multi-billionaire. That's what. And my wife's going to be jumping for joy while you world are going to panic your ass because you know the countdown of my series is ticking, man. Hence why I'm pumping out a lot of side videos. Because you only have 3 videos left. You only have 2 videos left until my final announcement. You have Swimming with the Sharks, my Phase 6 announcement, and then I'm ending it off my final announcement. Hence why I'm pumping out a lot of side videos, because I want you guys to enjoy this series Why So Can. So once I make that final announcement, I'm going to say this is it for Ivan the Mayor. I'm officially peacing out for good. I hope you will enjoy this, my series. I hope you guys learn from your evil and wickedness. This is Ivan the Mayor. I'm officially signing out. Peace. And once I make the final announcement, I'll let my family know. My wife will be jumping for joy, obviously. And once I find out how wicked you really are, where you trauma me with death and sharing, I choose death. I'm not going to do like that. I pay this fee. I cry my eyes out. I suffer death. I save my wife. And once I come out from death, you will remember all my warnings. And I'm going to release my book on Lulu. You have the keys. You guys will know. And I'm going to celebrate for 40 days in Elmer. 30 days. And after that, I'm going to spend 10 days at the hotel in Elmer. The Chateau Cartier in Elmer. And after those 10 days, I'm going to go see my wife in Los Angeles. And I'm taking off the throne with her. You guys are still taking for granted. Because once I'm king, I'm not even going to think of my Savage channel. That's what you need to understand. Once I'm king, I'm not even going to think of my Savage channel. Because I'm now a multi-billionaire. I'm now famous. There's hundreds of trends of me and my wife online. I'm famous now. I'll be busy looking at the trends every day. Just like you guys will be busy looking at the trends every day, I'm going to be busy looking at the trends every day, as I'm going to be feeling on top of the world. I'm rich. I'm famous now. I'm not even going to think about my Savage channel. You guys need to understand. Anyways, so I hope you guys are not taking for granted, because I know you guys somehow think after killing me and causing this mess, and even not talking with public, I'm make real true. You know I'm not going to do like that. One, you can see the future. You know that once I make that final announcement, that is it for Ivan Marin. Because as once I'm with my wife and I'm a famous movie star, I'm not going to think of my Severus channel. That's what you guys need to understand. Anyways, for this video, I thought it'd be cool to talk about the 4 years of Xanus. I did mention the 4 years of Xanus in my last video, but I thought it'd be cool to make an in-depth detail right while I write on my board. I write on my board, looking at an interesting video. I was gonna make 4 years of Xanus for my desperation video. I was gonna make that video about the 4 years of Xanus, but I decided to change the topic and talk about the Hollywood actors. All the Hollywood actors are gonna be desperate. And they're gonna beg those Lucky Joe's actors if they can give Ivan Beach a word. As well as those chosen actors are going to beg their ass up and want to be son. Because that's how boss my wife are going to be. So first I'm going to talk about my book Last Over Xanus. Okay. I'll say this. I hope you guys can see the board well. Yeah, you can see it well. Right? When I release my book Last Hope for Xanus on Lulu, me and my wife will collect a good what? So a good $5 to $9 billion, man. Dollars. So we can say that. So when I release my book, Last of Rosés on Lulu, me and my wife will collect a good $5 to $9 billion in royalties. The low end is $5 billion, the high end is $9 billion. But I did the math. There's a good chance I'm going to be making like $9 billion off my book sales. That's how rich me and my wife are going to be. So when I release my book, Last of Rosés on Lulu, me and my wife will collect a good $5 to $9 billion in royalties. The low end is $5 billion, the high end is $9 billion. But there's a good chance I'm going to be collecting $9 billion because I did the math. Most of the people are going to be buying the ebooks, and the ebooks are making more profit off print, obviously. Me and my wife are going to collect a good $5 to $9 billion, most likely $9 billion. $9 billion, what? Hence what? Hence me and my wife will be what? We fucking loaded, man. I'm swearing here. We fucking loaded. As what? We will be what? King and queen multi-billionaires. Be so fucking rich. Right? So we'll be what? We'll be king and queen multi-billionaires. Right. So rich that what? That even the top A-listers net worth is what? It's pocket change. Pocket change to be my wife. That's how rich we are gonna be, man. And you're fucking welcome, Victoria. Right. So when I release my book, Last of Rosés on Lulu, me and my wife will collect a good $5 to $9 billion in royalties. That's how rich we're gonna be. $5 billion is highly unlikely. It'll be $5 billion. It'll most likely be around that $8-9 billion. As $5 billion is highly unlikely. Considering the whole world's buying my book, me and my wife are gonna make a good $9 billion off the book in royalties. So we're gonna collect. My first check will probably be a couple $1 billion, and then my other checks are gonna dial down to a couple $100 million. My first check might be, I don't know, $7 billion bucks, and for the next couple months, me and my wife will collect like $500 million monthly checks. So we're gonna make a good like $9 billion off the book sales, man. Because we're gonna be loaded, obviously. Hence, me and my wife will be fucking loaded, as we'll be king, queen, multi-billionaires, so rich that even the top A-listers net worth will be pocket change to me and my wife. That's how rich what me and my wife are gonna be off what the Xanus book sales. You're also looking at crazy buzz for the book, as you're looking at the best book ever written. And you're fucking welcome, Victoria. It's because of me you got to live this fucking amazing life. And that's why my wife is so proud of me. If it wasn't for me being Hollywood sabotaged. Yeah, my wife is rich, but she doesn't know what it's like to be a billionaire, man. Victoria Justice is a fucking survivor. She probably has like $1,900,000 in her bank. So she's rich, but she has to watch how she spends her money. Whereas with me, when you have $9 billion in your bank, you have an unlimited bank account. And Victoria Justice can get whatever clothes she wants. She can get any car she wants. She doesn't have to worry about the car being too expensive, the clothes being too expensive. She can spend $300,000 on clothes. That's not affecting your budget at all. It's fucking pocket change. Victoria Justice can spend $500,000 on clothes. Me and my wife can spend $600,000 on clothes, and even then, that's pocket change. You got $9 billion in your bank. That's pocket change, and you're fucking welcome, Victoria. Obviously, right? Yeah. I'll say this. Once I release my book for purchase on Lulu, Ivan O'Mara will say his final 40-day goodbyes. To what? To Elmer Quebec, as he is about what? To collect his big check, obviously. Big check, and see his wife. Right? there's a good chance you will see what? Trending pictures of me before I get that first check. First check. In Elmer, obviously, right? So I'm making sense. So once I release my book for purchase on Lulu, Ivan Amaro will say his final 40-day goodbyes to Elmer Quebec as he's about to collect his big check, obviously. Right. That's one. So once I donate all my clothes, you know what I'm saying, all my 4K Blu-ray movies, I'm gonna donate that to Value Village, obviously. I'll keep a few. My Lord of the Rings series, I'm gonna keep that because Lord of the Rings is a special book. So my Lord of the Rings series, I'm pretty much done 2 towers right now. I'm gonna keep that as treasury, obviously. My notebook that I wrote for my book, I'm gonna keep that as treasury because without my last Rosanius book, I wouldn't be king, or my wife wouldn't be queen with me, because that's sacred to me. The Lord of the Rings book box set's also sacred to me. With my 4K Blu-ray minor collection, I'll just donate all my movies to what? I'll donate all my 40 plus, 50 plus movies, whatever it is, to Value Village. All my table that I use for my background, my chair, my TV, my flat screen TV that I have for 10 years that I bought, I'm gonna donate that for what to Value Village, obviously. Right. So once I release my book for purchase on Lulu, Ivan Amaro will say his final 40 days goodbyes, just like Jesus has said his final 40 goodbyes before he went to heaven. So for 30, I get my check at the. I get monthly checks from Lulu via PayPal. So I'm gonna say my final 40 goodbyes for 30 days. Then once I get that check, I'm gonna stay at a hotel. I'm gonna stay at a hotel in Elmer at the Chateau Cartier. I've never been there before. I wanna stay there, check it out before I leave. Stay there for 10 days. And after those 10 days, I'm gonna book a private flight to Los Angeles. I'm not gonna fly commercial to Los Angeles. I'm gonna book a private flight to Los Angeles, and I'm gonna see my wife. I'm gonna tell my wife, I don't want you coming to see me in Los Angeles. Let me say my final 40-day goodbyes first. Let me say my final 40 days goodbye first, and then once I'm ready to see you, I'll come and see you. My wife will obviously listen to me because I fucking say the rest, obviously. I want to say, my wife will probably have no money. She might not even be able to afford to see me because she'll have like no money. She'll be fucking poor. Obviously. The first thing Victoria Justice is going to say, Ivan, are you going to share that? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to share it with you. When we go to Vancouver, we'll register for a Canadian bank card, a visa, obviously. She'll have to pay for an fee for it because she's American, but she can easily register for a Scotiabank Canadian card, obviously. She's the first thing she's going to be like, Ivan, are you going to share that? But she's a Hollywood chick. Hollywood chicks are fucking greedy, obviously. Right? So once I release my book for purchase on Lulu, Ivan Amaro will say his final 40 goodbyes to Elmer Quebec as he's about to collect his big check. My first check will be like, I don't know, not $8 billion or something like that, and see his wife. There's a good chance you will see trending pictures of me before I get that first check in Elmer. Because a lot of people are going to buy my ebooks, there's a good chance within those 30 days before I even get that first check, you're going to see trends of Ivan before he becomes rich. You're going to see, because when I go to the Elmer bar, when I go up, people are going to ask me for pictures. Like, hey, Ivan, man, I read your book. Because a lot of people are going to, the majority of the world's going to buy the ebook. Hey, Ivan, man, I read your book. Your book's amazing. Can I have a picture with you? You're going to take pictures of me. When I go to Ottawa, people are going to ask you for pictures, and people are guaranteed going to post those pictures online, and you're going to see some trends. There's a good chance you're going to see some trends of Ivan before he even gets that first check and sees his wife. And all of a sudden, when I'm with my wife, out of nowhere, you see me wearing nice clothes, and you see the quick transition. You see. This is when Ivan was poor before he got the check. When he was waiting for his check for the 30 days, whatever it is. And once he's with his wife, you see the quick transition. Within a couple months, you see me looking fly. You see me on vacation. You see all these trends. Oh my God, I remember when Ivan was poor in these pictures. Because when I pay this fee, you're also going to see trends of me when I pay this fee. When I pay this fee, you're going to see trends of me online. Because now I'm a famous porn star, I'm banging all these celebrities. And you're going to see trends of me when I'm poor, obviously. When I pay his fee, you're also going to see trends of me before I get that first check. And then once I'm with my wife, you're going to see crazy trends. You're going to see the quick transition. Now Ivan's a multi-billionaire, he's rich, he's looking fly. You're going to see that quick transition. Hence, there's a good chance you'll see trending pictures of me before I get that first check in Elmer. Right? Hence what? Hence the world will what? will begin to miss me, obviously. Miss me a lot. Especially because once the world sees me famous with my wife, and they see me, oh my god, Ivan's wearing nice clothes now, he's looking fly, you're gonna see the quick transition. Ivan's driving a nice car, Ivan's on vacation, staying in a nice suite. Wherever we go, people are gonna take pictures. You're gonna go back and look at oh my god, this is when Ivan was poor. You're gonna see the trends. They're gonna go back and look at the trending pictures of when I was waiting for that check. That's how missed I'm gonna be. And at the same time, they're gonna go back and look at my final announcement. I remember when Ivan made that final announcement like a year ago, and now Ivan's a multi-billionaire with his wife. He's rich. Yeah, man. That's how top notch of a life me and my wife are gonna have, and hence the world will begin to miss me. Obviously, the moment you see the trends of me before I get that first check, the world will begin to miss me. Because now they know I'm about to become rich, and they're gonna remember this poor Ivan, obviously. Right. So once I fly, I'm gonna fly. I'm flying privately. Once I fly privately to LA to see my wife after 30 years. Yeah, peace out. So to see my wife, we'll settle in a luxury hotel. Obviously, there's a good chance I'm gonna meet her around nighttime because it's a 7-hour flight to Los Angeles. So I'll probably leave around 12. I'll fly privately at 12 from 12 in Ottawa to Los Angeles. It's a good 6 to 7 hour flight. So I'll arrive there around 5, 6 o'clock around there. So there's a good chance I'll just stay in a hotel. So once I fly to LA to see my wife, we'll settle in a luxury hotel for a day. Then we'll take off to Vancouver the next day. And the first thing my wife's going to say is, Ivan, are you going to share that? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to share with you. Don't worry. When we go to Vancouver, I'll register for your Scotiabank card and Visa. We'll be sharing the same account. As I don't want Visa having a separate account with me. No. We're sharing the same account, obviously. I'm not coughing with my nose. Gross. Right? So once I fly privately to LA to see my wife, we'll settle in a luxury hotel for a day. Then we'll take off to Vancouver the next day. Obviously. We'll register for our For our Scotiabank cards, obviously. Scotia Bank debit card and Visa. Again, Victoria Justice will have to pay a foreign fee for it because she's not Canadian. But because we have a lot of money, foreign fee is a good $1,000 a month or something like that. So it's easily affordable if you have billions in your bank. So we'll register for our Scotiabank debit card and Visa, obviously. We'll settle in in a luxury hotel and begin making plans. Making plans for what? The $100 million rooftop condo, obviously. $100 million rooftop condo. Luxury yacht. Obviously, right? Luxury jet. Buying clothes. The cars. I'm not gonna lease the cars until the rooftop condo is built. There's no point of leasing cars if me and my wife are gonna go on vacation. There's no point of us leasing. Well, we could lease our cars. I'm gonna tell you, I recommend we lease our cars once the rooftop condo is built. Because you don't want to waste money. Because if we're gonna go on a 1-year vacation, I don't want to lease a car and park it in the parking lot of the hotel and we don't use it for a year. No. Me and my wife can lease our cars after the 100 million rooftop condo is built, which will take a good 8 months to build around it. Right? So once I fly private to LA to see my wife, we'll settle in a luxury hotel for a day, and you're fucking welcome, Victoria. Save your fucking ass. Then we'll take off to Vancouver the next day. We'll register for our Scotiabank debit card and Visa. So even though I'm registered with Scotiabank, because I'm moving to Vancouver, I have to register with a new branch in Vancouver, obviously. Right? We'll settle in a luxury hotel and begin making plans for the $100 million rooftop condo Again, you're looking at something top notch for my condo. A $100 million futuristic rooftop condo built from scratch. A 100 rooftop condo on top of the roof. Again, go watch Wait to get an idea what I'm talking about. Look at some high tech for my condo. Our luxury yacht. Again, me and my wife can get a nice $25 million yacht. A luxury jet, we can get a nice $7 million jet. I'll pay with my personal car for the jet. Buying clothes, obviously. Right? Going out, hanging out in Vancouver, obviously. So we're gonna, because I've never been to Vancouver before, so I wanted to get a feel of Vancouver. As Victoria Justice will fucking love Vancouver more than Los Angeles, as Vancouver is a more beautiful city than Los Angeles, obviously. Right, so once we made the plans for a 100 winter car, luxury yacht, luxury jet, buying clothes, going out, hanging out in Vancouver, obviously, we will then make plans for what? Starting SkySource, obviously. Starting SkySource. So we will what? We will register what? For a business account, obviously. And transfer $970 million from what? From our personal accounts to our what? To our business accounts. I'll say this. I will what? I will fly George Lucas to what? To help me and my wife plan SkySource. During what? During the 2 months before we take our vacation. See what I'm saying here? Right? 22 minutes here. So once I fly privately to LA to see my wife, we'll settle in a luxury hotel for a day. Then we'll take off to Vancouver the next day. We'll register for our Scotiabank debit card and Visa. We'll settle in a luxury hotel and begin making plans for what? The $100 million rooftop condo, the luxury yacht. We'll buy a luxury yacht. You're looking at top-notch yacht we're going to own. We're going to make plans for the $100 million rooftop condo. That's unheard of, man. $100 million rooftop condo. A $70 million luxury jet. Imagine a top $7 million luxury jet we're going to own. Buying our nice clothes and going out, hanging out in Vancouver, obviously. The same time for the business side of things, we're going to be starting SkySource. So we will register for a business account and transfer $970 million for the Last of Us movie project, obviously. From our personal account to our business account, I will fly George Lucas to help me and my wife plan SkySource during the 2 months before we take our vacation. So once me and my wife settle in Vancouver, and we've taken care of all our personal stuff, like I mentioned here, like luxury jet, the yachts, the 100 million condo, buying clothes, hanging out. I'm gonna have George Lucas fly to Vancouver. I'll pay for his hotel. I'll pay him a nice $30,000 bonus to help me and wife for the 2 months to start SkySource. Obviously, but George Lucas, he has to pay for his own flights because he's a billionaire. I'll have him pay for his own flights. I'll pay for his hotel for the 2 months. And because I'm paying him a $30,000 bonus, that pretty much covers his food pretty much. That takes care of his food, obviously. So once we take care of it, we do all our personal stuff. We're gonna have to what? Start the process of the business stuff, obviously. Which is what? Planning SkySource. Planning SkySource. My marker ran out. I'll use the black one. And then once the black one runs out, I'll use the purple one. Because the green one last time you couldn't see it well, right? Hence I'm not using green. I'm never using green ever again. Which is what? Planning SkySource, obviously. Planning SkySource. Right? Let's try the black one. The black one you can see it the best. And when it runs out, I'll use purple. I'm never using green again because green you couldn't see, which is what? Planning SkySource, obviously. Right? So during the what? The 2 months, George Lucas himself, obviously, will be what? Helping Me and my wife, what? Plan Sky Source. And you can pay George Lucas a nice 30,000, what? Bonus, obviously, which is nice. And I'll pay for his hotel so $30,000 bonus pretty much takes care of his feeding. You can use that money to feed himself, or you can pay with his own pocket. Because I'm paying him $30,000, that covers his feeding for the 2 months, and I'll pay for his hotel stay. But he has to pay for his own flights. I'm not paying for his flight, obviously. So during the 2 months, George Lucas will be helping me with my Plan Sky Source, right? Like what? Building the what? The luxury office, obviously. For what? For the special effects team, obviously. As well, what? The 17, obviously. Right? Trademarking the name. Trademarking what? The Sky Source brand name. You need to hire lawyers for that, obviously, right? Trademarking the Sky Source brand name. Creating the Sky Source brand logo, obviously, right? George Lucas will be helping me with all that, right? Putting out the ads. Yeah, my black marker is like ran out, man. I use a purple one. Purple, you can see it better than the green. Last time I used green, you couldn't see it that well. I'm never using green again. Putting out what? The ads for what? For the doc team, 17. These are the people I'm gonna have to pull out the ads first. The doc team, 17, web designer. These guys you gotta hire all first, right? Graphic designer, and photographers, obviously. Graphic designers and photographers. Whereas the head chefs, you can put out the ads when you start. Head chefs, you can put out the ads later on when you start the company, right? Whereas the doc team, the 17, the web designer, graphic designers, and photographers, these guys you got to hire right away, because your photographers, you need pictures, obviously, for your website. The graphic designers need to edit your pictures, and the web designers creating your website for your company, obviously. Hence, these guys you all got to hire, and the doc team too. 17 web graphic designers and photographers, obviously. George Lucas will be helping me and my wife with all that, obviously. So during the 2 months, I'll pay George Lucas a nice $30,000 bonus. Which is nice. I'll pay for his hotel stay. During the 2 months, George Lucas will be helping me and my wife plan Sky Source, building the luxury office for the special effects team, looking at a top-notch building, as well as the 17. So I'm gonna have a separate office for my 17. I'm gonna have another building where the special effects team work, obviously. I'll put a good 7 to 10 million towards that building. And I'm putting a good 5 million towards my office for me, my wife, and 7. Again, you're looking at a luxury, super futuristic, advanced office. Like, welcome to Sky Source, obviously, right? Building luxury office for special effects team, right? Right? Designing what? Designing what? The payment. The payment structure, right? Designing the payment system for Sky Source, obviously. George Lucas will be helping with all that, man. You're looking at something high. You're looking at something high tech. As I'm putting 600K towards. I'm putting 600K towards what? My payment system for my company. I'm gonna pay all my actors and crewmen on direct deposit. Something super advanced where whenever the accountant punches in the actor's salary on a specific date, the money goes straight into his account. You also have the tax statements, and you also tax deductions as well as the age deductions. So the accountant can type in 10%, goes to the agent, and the actor. Whenever the actors get paid, you get to GPS. You have received $150,000, and the system shows how much the actor has been paid, how much tax has been deducted, the agent deductions, how much money you have, how much money have you made so far, and what the actors don't feel like they got ripped off. You look at something top notch, and George Lucas will be helping me with all that. I'll also be putting money towards the computer system, the computer software system for me and my wife and the 17 to work. I'm gonna have an advanced computer system. So what? Designing, right? The computer advanced system, obviously, for my SkySource company, obviously. I want to have my computer system advanced because what? I want to make things easier for the 17, obviously. So my payment system is so advanced I only need one account. He has this nice computer and he punches in all the actors and crewmen's salary, obviously. I'm also designing the computer advanced system for my SkySource companies where it's easier for me and my wife and the 17 to work. You can just speak best company for cameras and the system pops up on Google and you have all the best companies. All the top movie companies, all the top film companies, right, that have cameras, special effects equipment and all that stuff. I'm gonna tell the engineers I want all the top film brands listed on Google. That way in the system for my computer, that way it's easy for me and wife in the 17. Obviously. Look at something notch. That way it's easy for us. So even though it's 17, because I put money into advanced system, it's easy for the 17. They can just speak and the system pops up on Google, best company for cameras. My wife can say best company for cameras and you get the best companies for cameras in America. There's a good chance America has the best companies, obviously, for film. And so I'm gonna be ordering a lot of stuff from America, obviously. You're looking at something top notch. IMAX cameras, you're looking at something top notch for my movie, obviously. Right? So very quickly here. During the 2 months, George Lucas will be helping me and my wife plan SkySource, building the luxury office for the special effects team as well as the 17, trademarking the SkySource brand name, creating the SkySource brand logo, and you're looking at someone like Paramount for my logo, putting out the ads for the doc team, 17, web design and graphic design photographers. These guys I all have to hire first. I might even hire a cameraman to film the process of the 2 months of me and my wife starting SkySource. I might do that. So that I might have a 4-part doc series. My first part will be the 2 months of me and my wife in Vancouver when we're planning SkySource. I might hire someone to film the process of me and my wife planning SkySource with George Lucas. That way you guys get a glimpse of what it was like when I and VJ first started SkySource. And you also have the 3-part documentary when pre-production starts. Pre-production, production, post-production starts. As there's a good chance I'm gonna hire someone. I'm gonna hire someone to film the process of me and my wife. Me and my wife starting SkySource. Show my camera here.